Hi guys. Okay, so in typical Raven fashion, I don't have a letter typed because I have been working 40 plus hours a week, plus trying to go to school, plus trying to move myself out of my apartment. So I've not had time to type this letter. However, I have a pretty good idea what I wanted to say anyway, so I promise this isn't like half-butted. Everything I was gonna say and everything I would have said would be in my letter anyway. Yeah. So, I am so blessed to have had the opportunity to be a member of this chapter. Regardless of if my time got cut short and the fact that I'm only a spring 19. So I really was only in this chapter for truly a year and a couple months. But it truly has changed my life. I know that I have the best friends that I could ever have imagined because of this chapter. I really owe a lot of making my college experience, at least the last year and a half of it, so great to this chapter. Not that before it just wasn't fit. I wasn't whole, and this chapter has done nothing but fill that void. And truly, not that I wasn't independent before, but my independence skyrocketed because I just know I have a plethora of support behind me every day, regardless of whoever it is. I know I could contact anybody in this chapter at any given point, and they would drop everything they're doing, and it would be more. I'm just more than grateful for this chapter. That's that. But what I will say is don't take your time for granted, just like probably every person before me. And if there's anybody after me, will do. You know, just don't, love each other. And that's the big thing too. Love each other. We are 70 girls. Everybody's not going to be besties with everybody. But we share something so valuable. So please do your best to adjust. We have enough people everybody has enough people in their life to tear them down, regardless of if it's family, which is sad, but a lot of girls in this chapter, regardless of if you know it or not, have a lot of family issues with people that are not supportive, and it's not cool. They've dealt with it their whole lives. They don't need to join a sorority to not feel included either, which I've never had experience with. I've felt loved and cherished throughout this whole process of mine, which I'm so grateful for. But it's just something to keep in mind that everybody's going through something. So don't, reach out. Reach out to that sister. And if you think for 5 seconds that somebody could be mad at you for anything, reach out to them, talk it through, and understand that you're going to have to be open-minded, and to get everything out of FIMU, you're going to have to give your all to her. And by giving your all to her, that means the good, the bad, the ugly, the amazing, the smarty pants, your screw ups, all of it. You just have to give it up and realize we're not perfect, and realize that everybody in this chapter is here for you, and you should never be embarrassed to be anywhere around anyone in this chapter, because everybody will make you feel so loved and at home. So yeah, that's just my biggest advice. Give it your all, and be open and honest with everybody. And never take your sisters for granted. Love them through everything. And when you think somebody may be going through a tough time, reach out to them. Just do it. Even if it's a quick, I love you, hey, just thinking about you, whatever, that will make the world of difference to a lot of people. I know it made the world of difference to mine, because there were a few sisters that did that to me, and I will forever be appreciative of that. I've had my fair share of sad points. I remember I showed up to chapter in tears last semester, and Hurley came up to me after chapter, and I had held it in all chapter. I was just there. I had to say it. I was there to not get like in trouble, because I was just. It was a bad day. Not a bad life, just a bad day. AKA Kaylee Hand. But I remember Erin Hurley specifically just came up to me. She didn't say anything. She just hugged me, and I just like let it all out on her. But that's because she's a wonderful person. So if you don't know, if you're not close to Erin Hurley, you need to. I mean, I don't know what else to say. But she knew, and that's just like, I think something that like sisters, we take for granted. Like, your sisters know, and like, if you know that something's going on with somebody, do that, bro. Do that. Be the equivalent to my Erin. Ever since Erin Hurley did that, I just feel like my soul is like connected to hers in some weird way, because I love her, and I love all of you that are watching this. But yeah, so anyway, I'm just here to say, be there for each other, give your all to find you, be vulnerable, realize you're gonna screw up. Everybody does. I mean, I'm not perfect. Get involved, and just really don't take it for granted, because it's gonna be over before you know it, and you're gonna be like, poo nugget, wish I would have done that. But yeah, so I absolutely love you all. I am approaching 7 minutes. That is absolutely ridiculous. I should have gotten a script, because I'm annoying and I'm long-winded. And I forgot to get a candle. So hold on one second. Sorry, I'm completely moved out of my apartment, except for a couple things. So let me get this. We're gonna pretend. Okay, so we're gonna pretend like this candle is lit up, and we're gonna blow it out. My left.